Good morning, everybody. How's it going? I am currently in Harriman State Park here in southern New York State, right above the New Jersey border. I drove up here this morning. I plan on doing a overnight trip. This is going to be my first time staying in Harriman State Park this year. I'm pretty excited about it. A little bit of information. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a Saturday. The high today is supposed to be 57, potentially 60, and the low is actually supposed to get to 34 or 35, so it's going to be quite chilly tonight. This is going to be my first overnight trip here in Harriman State Park. I'm pretty excited about it, and what's nice about Harriman State Park is for anybody that lives in the greater New York City area, it's about only an hour and a half away from that, so it's really good for weekend trips. I highly recommend anybody that's in the area come check it out. There's a lot of shelters, a lot of trails. I believe the state park is something like 50,000 square miles, so it's quite big. So because it's so close to my park, because it's so close to where I live, I'm actually thinking about starting a series of every time I come here, giving you guys information about different shelters where you can park. So I'm currently thinking about doing that. I'm going to be going over the details of where I'm staying tonight on the map. You can see I got Lake Tirati here behind me. It's a pretty nice lake. It's a beautiful morning. So let me show you guys what the plan is for today. Okay, everybody, so right now I have my map. This is the New Jersey, New York Trail Conference maps. I highly recommend them. They're waterproof, they're tear-proof. They're great maps, pretty accurate. So right here is my location. I'm staying at Lake Tirati. This is where my car is going to be parked. And right there, I will be taking the Blue Trail and going south down the Appalachian Trail, which is also the Rampo-Dunderberg Trail. And I plan on staying at Fingerboard shelter. However, instead of going straight to the shelter, I will actually keep following the Appalachian Trail south, wait for it to join with the New York Long Path, make a left, go down this red trail here, still on the New York Long Path, and then rejoin the Rampo-Dunderberg Trail, which is red, and then come up and then stay at Fingerboard for the night. And then that way, tomorrow morning, I could just take the Appalachian Trail all the way up to the parking lot. So this trip isn't about miles, it's just about getting outside for the night. I got a lot of new pieces of gear that I want to test out, and I'm also going to show you what I have in my pack when I get to the shelter. So yeah, this is just an overnight trip here in Harriman State Park. Pretty excited about it, and hope you guys stay with me. Okay, everybody, so I'm just down the trail now and reached the first intersection right here. So here we have a sign. So Fingerboard shelter, which I'm going to be staying at tonight, is about 350 feet towards the lake there that you can see in the background. I'm going to keep heading down the Appalachian Trail and going to make a little loop out of it. It's still pretty early, so there's no point in staying at the shelter this early, but it's a beautiful day so far. I already took out my down jacket, so the temperature definitely is rising. Gonna have a nice view of the lake later, and yeah, just enjoying the Appalachian Trail. So first overnight trip of the 2018 season. Well, got a lot of new gear I want to test out tonight with you guys. Almost just tripped there. This past week we had a lot of heavy rain, so I expect the trail to be pretty muddy, but it's supposed to be a beautiful weekend, and that's all you can ask for. Okay, everybody, so I'm just down the Appalachian Trail. I'm down the trail a little bit. Probably can't hear me, I'm right next to a stream here, and I decided to stop for breakfast. So right there I got my breakfast skillet, Mountain House, cooking right now. Got my pack there, and just gonna take my time today. There's really no rush, so just gonna have some breakfast and get back on trail. Okay, everybody, so I finally made it to the Appalachian Trail intersection where it meets with the New York Lawn Path. So what I'm gonna be doing now is taking the New York Lawn Path to the ASB White Bar Trail, which is only 0.7 miles, and then from there I'm gonna be meeting back up with the Dunderberg Trail, which is a trail is red and white. So I'll be taking that trail all the way back to right where I originally started this morning at the Fingerboard shelters where I'm going to be staying tonight. So yeah, just trucking along. It's a pretty nice day. It's supposed to get to the 50s, so it's going to be a really nice day. The temperatures are going to drop later. So this is the intersection of the Appalachian Trail and the New York Lawn Path. Okay, everybody, so it's about noon. I'm currently at the intersection of the New York Lawn Path and I believe it's the ABS Trail. So what I need to do is take the ABS Trail east until I hit the Dunderberg Trail, where I will make my way back to the Fingerboard shelter. So only a couple miles to go. It's about noon, so I'm just pretty much taking my time, just enjoying the day. So let me show you sort of where I am on the map, just to summarize what I did so far. Here at Lake Tirati. Came down the Appalachian Trail here. Sorry, it's a little bit windy. I took the Appalachian Trail south more, and then from there I went on the New York Lawn Path, and then that's currently the intersection I'm at now. So what I need to do is keep going down this ASB Trail, which is the red trail, which is also the New York Lawn Path, and then make a left and go up the Dunderberg Trail, and then make my way back to the Fingerboard shelter. So just a couple miles to go, and then tomorrow I'm just gonna wake up late, take my time, cook some breakfast, take the Appalachian Trail back to the parking lot at Lake Tirati. Just continuing on the New York Lawn Path and the ASB Trail. I forgot to mention before, but the New York Lawn Path is actually a long distance trail, and it runs all the way from Fort Lee at the George Washington Bridge on New Jersey side, and it goes about, I believe, 275 miles, 300 miles north to right around Albany is where the trail ends. So it's one of the few long trails that the long distance trails that the East has to offer. Harriman State Park is a great state park. The trails are pretty well marked for anybody that's interested in coming out here. I definitely recommend doing a lot of research online of pretty good shelters of where to stay at. I would definitely recommend getting the New Jersey, New York Trail Conference maps. Those are also very helpful. So the trails are pretty well maintained and also pretty well marked. So every couple yards you'll see a trail marker here, so it's pretty easy, and there's not too much elevation gain in the park, which is nice. If you're a beginner backpacker, you could easily find somewhere to park and, you know, just spend a night at a shelter if you want. So highly recommend it for anybody that's interested. Good evening, everybody. I'm back with you, and right now I am staying right near the Fingerboard shelter here by the Appalachian Trail. I just set up my hammock here. This is the new system I'm going to be trying to use. It was nice enough that a couple through hikers were able to help me out, so that was pretty cool. So we were able to catch up. So this is what I have going on right now. Right now I have the Warbonnet XLC. I have my 20-degree hammock gear underquilt, and then inside of here I also have my 20-degree top quilt. So this will be a hammock setup that I'll be trying to use. And right over there in distance you can see the shelter. There are a couple of the thru hikers that are staying with me. They're also using hammocks. They were nice enough to help me, which was great. So yeah, I'm just gonna, it's about 5 o'clock, just set up the hammock and gonna have some food, and then gonna begin putting a bear bag up. And it's supposed to be a low of 35 tonight, so I'll let you know how that 20-degree bag treats me. So yeah, the sun's slowly starting to go down. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how everything goes in the morning. So thanks. All right, good morning, everybody. It is the next day. It's approximately 8 a.m. Slept pretty well last night. That was my first time sleeping in the Warbonnet XLC. Temperature got down to about 35 degrees last night. A couple of times it was cold when my quilt wasn't aligned with the underquilt, so I had to readjust that. But overall, it was a pretty good night. So let me just go over the setup that I had. Underneath, I have a 20-degree Econ model hammock gear underquilt, and then inside there, I don't know if you can see it there, but I have a hammock gear 20-degree top quilt, and I think I got the underquilt with 1 ounce of extra stuff, so it just had that extra insulation there. And then I have a little tarp on the bottom there to put my pack. So it's about 8 a.m. Gonna pack up the pack, and I only got about 1.3 miles to go to the car. So overall, it was a very quick trip. I think the total miles was maybe only 6 or 7 miles in 2 days, but this was just for just to get out, test some new gear. So pretty excited about that there. And then off in the distance there behind me, I don't know if you can see it, is a shelter, the Fingerboard shelter off of the Appalachian Trail. It was really nice staying with Kent and John last night. They were thru hikers, and they've been doing it in sections for the past couple of years. So they were able to help me set up my hammock, which was really nice. So we ended up talking a lot last night, and I ended up sleeping right by them. So that was very helpful. So they left. Sun's coming up. It's supposed to be another beautiful day. It's supposed to get to about 50, 60 degrees, I think. So that's nice. But only got about 1.5 miles to the car. So yeah, that was it. So I'm gonna pack up and get back on the trail and head towards the car. Okay, everybody. Well, I made it back to the parking lot. It was a very fast 1.5 miles. You see the parking lot is just down there, right next to the lake. And again, this is the Lake Tirati parking area. You can look it up online. I left my car here overnight. I'm about to find out if I got a ticket or not, but I think I should be in good shape. So overall, it was a pretty good trip. Just did a couple miles, and yeah, very pleased with it. It's good to be out hiking again, and so it was very enjoyable. So I'm gonna make my way back to the car, and then got a hour ride home back to Jersey. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching.